Greetings. First and foremost, I'd love to introduce myself. My name is KKT, and today I'm going to do a speech about money. And my nickname is the charming barbarian. I'm going to talk about my relationship with money. What is money? How do I see money? What is the protocol of money? First of all, let me state how do I see money? How do I observe money? Money, in my perspective, is God. Because you cannot live without money. I think so. I cannot live without money. I have to drink water as if, let's say, there's drought. Water have to be compensated. I have to buy grocery. I have to buy food. I have to bath. I have to buy clothes. So God is money. I think I've never heard anywhere whereby they say that God is a human being or God is an animal. I think that God is money. So I'm going to talk about my relationship with money, because when there's money, it's delicious. But I don't want to go to the past. I wanted to talk about the current situation. What is happening with my realm of money? You see? So let me just get into it. So those who know me, I was born 11 December 1999. So I was born because of teenage pregnancy. I think I said it before. I'm looking for money. I'm looking for cash. So I'm the firstborn of my parents. So unfortunately, a tragedy struck 2000 when I was born. And I've been in a predicament of money ever since. It was an apocalypse. So that means my budget are shallow. Because today I'm going to talk about money. You see? So, to be honest, my first money, I think it started 2011. 2011, I was 12 years old. That's when my first money started. You see, my mother gave me 200. I was in grade 7. It was 2011, primary, the last class of primary. That's when mother started giving me pocket money. Every month giving me 200 to go to school. It's time for me to save the money for myself. And I did that with the money. I held it. I was pushing, buying, you see, pocket money at school, buying some things I was saving. So the next thing, the money led me to go and find a girlfriend. It was at the soccer practice. I found a girlfriend. Then the next thing, she loved me. She said, yes, we can be in a relationship. So I knew that I was going to support her. I was going to give her money. So there was this time we were going to meet. I think it was the first time me and her were going to be on a date. Then the next thing, when we were going to be on a date, I think something happened. You see? I think my family sent me to town. I think it's my auntie. I was a little kid. She sent me to town. And the next thing, when I went to town, I came back. When I came back, there was no money in my pocket anymore. It was 200. I stashed it inside the laundry, I think my trouser. I stashed the money. Then the next thing, when I returned from town, there was no longer money. It was 2011. And I wasn't able to give my girlfriend cash, the 200. And we all know money is part of flirtation, so that a girl can love me. But if I ain't having money, there's no way she's going to love me. I think that's the law. She have to eat, she have to be taken care of. You see? So I lost my 200. There was this time I went to town. So then the next thing, it was money, 200. Money, mother giving me money. I think I was into drugs. But into drugs, it was not that. I was into weed. But I think it was grade 10. I think it was 2014 when I got into drugs. You see, but the pocket money started 2011. It's not that I'm criticizing the pocket money, saying that it led me to getting into drugs. No, it's not about that. But ever since I was into money, I loved cash, but I'm a kid, like, I cannot control myself. So the reason for me to study my books ever since is that is because I'm looking for money. I'm looking for cash. So that's why I was studying those books. They were promising that I'm going to get money with the books. And so that when I have the money, I can be able to buy sex. I can be able to have a girlfriend. I can be able to buy clothes, a car, a mansion even. So ever since I was into money, I love the money through the speaking. So I dedicated myself when I'm looking for money. I studied those books without hesitation. I committed myself dedication when I'm studying those books. It's because there was a promise that I can get money. But if I was not promised that I'm not going to get money, I was not going to study those books. So ever since it was because of cash. I love money, all the hard work. Even now I love money, what I'm doing right now. Maybe they can see that I'm a good advocate, maybe they can take me, sing my videos, and I can be a president, for instance. I can present the country, I can be on delegation, and go talk with be an ambassador of the country. You see? So those are chances even now when I'm talking, phrasing, pronouncing. You see? So I can be inside money. It's still an alternative motive so that I can get money. You see? So the father, he was not when he was a kid. He born me as a kid. Then things went horribly terrible. So that's why I cannot say too much about him giving money. I don't remember him giving me money that much. I think I remember him giving me money. It was 2015. And I was just here 2015. I think that time he gave me 100. We met on the road. Because I know he was a giant, he was a teenager. I think now he's around 45. It's just that he's dead. So, but posthumously, I think he is 45 years old. But he was a kid. So, and I'm old. I'm 27 years old. I'm a giant. You see. So he gave me money. I think in 2015 we met on the road. I was going to a soccer practice. It was late after school. Then he told me that he gauged the stove, the coal stove. Things were not going well for him. That's when he was dying the last 3 years. You see, things were going bad for him. Horrible. They even slandered his name on social media. There's this social media platform whereby he was slandered. You see, my father was slandered on social media. They were attacking me, but it's just that he's a boy, he's having a feud with me. Because I have enemies. There's no positive without negative. There's no light without dark. So when I put perception on this saga of slandering his name on social media platform, you'll find out there's a feud. There's a feud, a serious feud with this person who slandered my father's name. But he was in a predicament because I be honest, I danced to the music, reality, to bath, to be clean, everything. But he was a kid. So it's not that I'm criticizing him and I don't want to be taken for granted to the point where he was taking on, slandered on social media saying that he's my father. My father also have grade 12 metric comets. He passed the comets metric. So the next one to perpetuate his academics. His father died 2000 when he was 19 years old. At 19 years old, you all know that it's time for a father to take control. Just hear that. So now I'm talking about my roots with money. He passed comments, we are trapped in a village. It's time to go out and Galavand township. Next thing, out of the blue, his father died. Even now, to be honest, family are not telling me straight what happened to my grandfather. They're telling me that he was poisoned. They're telling me that he died in his sleep. There's no... See, I don't know what happened to grandfather, my father's father, and he was a child and my father was working. My grandfather was working. For me to be alive is because of my grandfather. I think I said it prior to. So the next thing is, if he passed the comments, that means he had intelligence. He was looking for money. If his father was available, he was going to show him the veggie. Perhaps he could have been an accountant. You see, the faculty of commerce, business. And today I'm going to talk about money. I'm his son. It's not that I'm being arrogant or what, but I've said it about that he's been slandered on social media. You see, those are what the negative things about him when he was dying the last 3 years. And also the good stuff is having comments, and today I'm going to do a speech about money. You see, so I come from him, a person who passed the metric high school. and did comets. He knows about money, the monopoly, the inflation. He knows about money, what is happening, the budget, the currency. You see, the jargon of comets. I don't know that much about the jargon of comets. You see, I didn't study comets. You see, but the next thing, I think for him to be like that was because of me, because you all know to pay a village. Because me too, when I've said it, I was studying my books with dedication. I was elucubrating burning the midnight oil because I'm looking for money. So, but I was trapped in oblivion. So they know me. So I realized that they know me when I was finishing matric. It was 2015. I'm left with one class. I'm going to go to the last class. He died. He came home, sorry. He came home 2015. His grandmother who died 2010 and 2011, I said, is the last class of my primary. His father 2015, he came home permanently to die. And I was finishing high school. He came 2015 to die. 2015, 16, 17, 18, he died. And it's time for me to get out of what? It's time for me to get out of home. It's time for me to get out of the village, even home. So I know it's because of me, for him to die. We all know an animal, a species, as you see me, what kind of human species I am on my hair. You see? So that's why he died. So he gave me 100, every minute's 100, but he was buying me clothes, toys. You see? So the next thing, he bought me expensive clothes when I was growing, labels, shoes. You see, even now those shoes still exist. He bought me Converse, he bought me Dickies. That's what the shoes that I remember in primary. He bought me a Puma sneaker, 2012. And he was a kid, a kid we all know life fluctuates. So I know that I was going to hustle with him for seeking help. So the next thing, that's why he died. And I'm still the kid. I reminisce him giving me 100. It was on 2015. And I was growing also. Me too, I was 16. Because me, I didn't feel a class at school. I was excelling. I was flowing like a river. And next thing, I'm a kid. You see? So the next thing, I was looking for money. I was looking for high life. I was looking for the cars. I was looking for the SUVs. I was looking for the sedans. I was looking for the luxury pickups. I was looking for what? For a car. You see? So I was looking for a house, a mansion, a town life apartment, perhaps the dim floor. You see, staring the town through the window. I was looking for that life. So money is God. He gave me 100. You see? So the next thing is the money that he gave me. But from 2011 to where 2017, where I became 18, the social grant was what? It was because of 200 per month. It was fine for me. I was staying in my what? My mother's side. You see? So mother worked there and there, but things were not going well. But mother provided an ounce with grocery, electricity, but she was struggling. Even now, things are not going well for her. So I have to talk about me. Where am I at now with money? Where am I at with the rhythm of money? To be honest, now I'm on welfare money. You see, I'm on welfare money, to be honest now. And I think the reason they give me the welfare money is because my situation, and the next thing is what? I'm having what? A brain disease. And the next thing, for me to have the brain disease is because I'm having too much stress. You see, I have to get out from my mother's side. I was living in my mother's side. We were humongous in my mother's side. And there's competition and my time is over. I'm a grandchild in there. The next thing, I'm attacked in my father's side. There's no one. My father died in 2018, I said. Next thing, I was living with mother. Then I'm left with mother. Mother is trying. She was working, saving money in the societies. So there was this stepfather who was belligerent on me. You see? So because now I'm going to talk about what? Pairing money. I want to talk about, is there spiritual money? Is there money like physically, like paper? Because I have to know if there is spiritual money or there is money, cash, hard cash. I want to know if they fluctuate. You see, spiritual money, if it goes down, maybe the physical money, the paper, it increases. It's a fluctuation of proportionality. But perhaps the spiritual money can be proportional with the hard cash, the money. Because right now I'm talking about spiritual money. Like now I'm a gentleman. I'm in formal attire. You see, you want to hang with me, you want to date someone like me, it's because you see my persona. Now I'm a gentleman. The bow tie, the shirt, is what we call spiritual money, to be clean, hygiene. So the next thing we all know about hard cash. Now you don't want to date me because I'm on welfare money per month. Just here now we're talking about hard cash. We're talking about people. And the flirtation won't prosper if there's no hard cash. But an ounce can prosper if there is persona. But truly it cannot prosper. There have to be hard cash so that a relationship of flirtation can prosper. But if there is no hard cash, there's only spiritual money. The chances of the flirtation will be shallow. You see? So it's about me. I'm trying to hustling. When I came here, 2017, after finishing my matric, he came with someone, is my mother's peer, a stepfather. He came into our lives. We were living in a shack and there was a foundation, but it's not just a shack. It was a home, fenced the home and a foundation, beautiful, and there were pallets of bricks, there were trees, flowers, Christmas trees, peach trees, a beautiful home. And it was there I went there the last semester, the last years of finishing my high school. That's when we relocated to my home. It's time for me to get out of my grandmother. You see, my welcome, I've overstayed my welcome, I'm growing. There are children in there, my peers, competition is not my home. You have to go in my home. And I understand them because I have to make them, I must have sex. You see, so some things, you don't allow them, I have to be in my home. So when you got out there, I'm finishing, the next thing I'm talking about money. 2017, the stepfather, where I'm here right now, this city. You see, I came here to this town, I knew it because of him. You see, so it's a great town and everything, you see. So, but it's not that busy like the capital city. You see, so when I came there, he was belligerent on me because me, I didn't promote them going to live with them. I wanted to go to college campus, everything. So I didn't allow to live with them. So the next thing, I think I said something out of disrespect. The next thing, but I thought that he was going to come and talk to me, but not to beat me, like, you see. He whipped me, he clapped me, you see, those kind of things. He clapped me with several claps. You feel me? So then, you understand me? So the next thing, I don't understand, but because maybe, I don't want to say as if maybe I was under abuse or what, but it's not that the claps for him to beat me is because I was dating this girl from her family, you see. So the next thing, this girl was my girlfriend, kissing everything in high school. So maybe I could have been ambushed, you see, because what I was doing with her daughter, you see, her goddaughter. So that's why I was having what Sola said. You see, I cannot say that I'm stupid for someone to play all over me. I can say that Solase occurred because I was mingling with her goddaughter family, like, you see. So then the next thing, but I was ambushed because now I'm talking about what is money. So I cannot date, I cannot do a lot of things. I cannot ask him money, and my father's situation, things are not going well. So that means for me, I cannot date, I cannot give a girl money, everything. So then we come to spiritual money. Money, like hard cash. Like mother, does he want me to be a doctor? Does mother want me to be rich, to be the richest person in the world? Because I think back in the years, my ancestors, I think they were paid with salt, they were compensated with salt. So I think it was slavery or what, because we all know a meal, meat, spinach. What makes food delicious, I think, is salt. So salt is money. Salt is money, truly speaking. So then the next thing, so let me remove this. Oh, I'm getting out, it's just that I'm having a little flu. You see, it's winter, but it's not flu that much. But it was nothing, I just have to be sure, flu. You see? So then the next thing, what is happening like? What is happening with money? Because does mother want me to be rich? Or does mother want me to be married to a girl from our ethnic? That's my question about perception. Does she want me to be rich or does she want me to be married in a girl from my ethnic? That's spiritual man. If I marry a girl from my ethnic or if I marry a girl from my village, that means I'm having too much spiritual money. Even mother is having spiritual money, reputation. But if I have money and I'm dating maybe strippers, I'm dating town girls, the next thing maybe she won't tolerate that. That's not spiritual money. I'm breaking down her reputation. I'm taking it through the mud. So I think that's why maybe she doesn't enlighten for me. She doesn't unlock for me. That's why maybe I'm on the welfare money. Because to be honest, I know that I'm still a kid. I'm a boy. I'm a teenager. And we all know money. This is a stage. This is a stage of life, being a boy. So how am I? How do I look at this stage? You see how I am. It's a stage. Me too, I'm insecure about what's going to happen another stage. 35 years old, I won't be like this. Maybe I'll be having mustache all over my face, but I'm certain that I won't be like this. Then again, 40 years, I'm a man. 50 years, I'm growing. 60 years, I'm growing. It's a stage to be like this. So the next thing is all the matter of money. That's why now I'm insecure about what is going to happen about me in the future. So for me to talk about this is because I'm inside money. When I'm inside money, if I'm having money right now, I finished school at the age of 17, I'm going to town at first place. And I'm having money. What is going to happen to me? What is going to happen to me? I can be HIV AIDS positive because I'm having a lot of sex because of money. I'm a pregnant girl. Then the next thing, the girl is fighting with people, they may tarnish me. The next thing, I won't have money because they want to deal with the kid. Because we all know when a kid is having a rich daddy, inside the home is becoming a burden. Because he or she is having arrogancy. And prior to, I was having arrogancy also. When my father was buying me the Dickies, was buying me the Converse, was buying me the clothes, I was having arrogancy. I was cocky because of money. So they sterilized me so that I cannot be cocky. You see? So we all know about if I impregnate and I'm a kid. If I impregnate whereby I'm a kid and inside a family, there is competition. What is going to happen? The chances of me prospering to another stage, having money, they're going to be shallow. They're going to be shallow about that, I'm certain. So it's all because of money. You see? So that's when I became rich at a young age. The disadvantages of being rich at a young age. You see, I can be sterilized. The coming stages, pregnancy, can limit the chances of me prospering. But also they can increase my chances of my prosperity. Because I'm going to be having what? I'm going to be having a connection inside the family. I'll be doing a conjunction with another family. The next thing they're going to unlock for me. That's what the positive stuff about having money at a young age. But HIV and AIDS, I heard that after 20 years, it doesn't heal. You die. So that's why my chances of me having money are limited. Mother want me to live. And again, let's talk about money. Like, if I want to be rich, what comes after? It's 1,000, 100,000, then it's 110th, 100th, the 1,000, the millionth. I want to talk about money again. I don't understand what is happening with money. Maybe it's because I didn't do comments. But I know the jargon, inflation, the currency. I know a little answer about the jargon of comments, money. So then the next thing I want to talk about what comes after million is billion. Then what comes after billion is trillion. Then what comes after trillion? Is it what I don't understand it. That's why I get confused. So that's when I'm in the realm of money. Because I understand from going to 100th, we're going to the 1,000th. From going to the thousandth, we go into the million. And when I do my studies, my perception in my mind, for million to be observed the milli, because we all know the kilometers, we all know the centimeters. I think that the alphabet, because we all know mono. Mono is one. So the next thing, milli. I think milli is from mono because, but mono I'm talking about the study I did is physical sciences jargon. Mono is chemistry jargon. You see? So the next thing, when I think about the milli, after is Billy. Billy is two, B is two. Because A can be a synonym of one. You see, a one, the next thing, it can be A. Then B can also represent billion. You see, I think it's by is two. Billy, B is two. And A, mono, means 1 million. So trilly. Trilly is a trio, is tri. And C can stand for letter number 3, sorry. C can stand for number 3. So the next thing, F can be represented as 6. So the next thing, F, G, H, I, M. I think M is number 10 because it's 6. 6 is what? Is F. F, I, J, K, L, M. I don't understand, but I think I thought that the M for the what? The milli. But what comes after? How did we get it? Milli, billy, trilly. What comes? Is it billion? Because from the C stands for 3. But we cannot call it zillion. But we call it trillion. The next thing is million. The next thing is billion. Now is what the accountants when talking about money. So, what is it? But I think it is because there is nanometers. But that's what the chemistry jargon. The nano, the again is what? Come on. It's micro, it's nano, it's mono. Nano I think is 9. Because the milli 10 to the power of 3. But now it's mathematics jargon. Because 10 to the power of 3, I think it is 1000. You see? I think it's 1000 10 to the power of 3. Because it's 0, the 3 is 1000. And I think the milli. Where does the milli come from? Now let's talk about the kilometers, the centimeters. You see? So a meter, a milli. After a milli, it came what? A, I think, is standing word for milli M. Because A is 1 million. You see, that's when we're entering the millions, the leons. So the next thing we're going to what? We're going to billion. Billion, I think, is letter B. I think just when we enter the billion, B stands for 2. Because we've now jumped from the milli, we're entering to the billion. Then the next thing we go from where? The C. The C is 3. Trillion. We all know 3. You see, then C stands for 3. So then the next thing about D, what is it? It's going to be what? After try, what comes? Because it's mono. Because I cannot say billion because of the milli, the M. Maybe if I was going to say 3 stands for C, it's an alternative of C, the 3 trillion. The next thing where I get confused is because of what the D, the billion. You see? So that's where I get confused. So the next thing I was talking about money, the social grant. You see? I was getting inside that theory about money because I think that billion, D, or this what? I don't understand. I have to do my investigation. I have to practice what I preach. So I get inside that theory of money. So I don't know what is it after trillion what comes. You see? So for me to be on welfare money right now as we speak, it's because there's no one that's belligerence everything. And the next thing, my situation, my mind, things are not going well. Because we all know that the chances that they cannot allow, you see, they cannot allow for the money as if maybe it's a fraud, those kind of things. It's not that. It's not a fraud, those kind of things. It's my situation, my background. If the money is cut, there is no source of wealth where I'm going to get. My father died. You see, my father died, my family, My grandfather having a lot of grandchildren, they're not getting involved in my mother's side. They're not getting involved with me. When I'm living there, when they're having too much family, they're not getting involved. I was doing piece jobs. I was doing piece jobs and they was asking for them. It was because of what grandmother was giving me piece jobs. But to be honest, they don't getting involved because there's competition. Because now I'm my mother's son. Check me how I am. So seek and help, I love myself. They compliment my mother. So, but there are other kids in my family, my cousins, which is competition. If I'm living there and I'm eating in my mother's side, what is it that they're going to do to my mother? So it's competition. I attempted suicide 2 times. 2 times I attempted suicide. I did medication. So I drank medication, I think, prior to. So the next thing, overdose. Then the next thing again, I did I drank lubricants. I drank lubricants. I was going to die just that they came out. I vomited them. I was going to die cleaning lubricants. You see, so the next thing, we all know society is the homes. So I was going to die. So the next thing, right now, that's why I'm at right now with him. I cannot live with them. He's belligerent. He's having a kid who is my peer. That kid is born in 99, the same as me. Because now he's going to wear, what am I wearing? What am I uploading with the boy tie? They're making me live with cancer. It's eating me, the cancer. It's going through my shoulders, my neck. It's going through my stomach, my legs, my brain. It is eating me cancer pain. That I'm eating someone's father, the money. So, and he's my peer straight, that boy. So everything was conspired with intelligence so that I can commit suicide. You see, I'm eating the food of his father, the clothes of his father. You see, that's why I attempted suicide. I was living with the 370, the money. It's because of the pandemic, the coronavirus. I was using the pocket money prior to. Then they ran out because, oh no matter, we got out 2016. Then 2017, I was living with the stepfather. I was at college. Yes, I can say that there and there, but they were what? Conjunction mother was three. Father was in a predicament. Because I can say I thought that prior to I was oblivion. So I realized that I'm not oblivion. You see, they're not that oblivion with me. I'm finishing primary, she died, the grandmother. I'm finishing high school, father came to die 2015, I'm left with one class. So the next thing is because of pairing. I'm not having sex here. The girls, because the money is little welfare money. We're going to talk about what? Cash. And I do have my qualifications to get money. I have my matric. I have security. Then I have, I think N1 is the certificate of electrical engineering. N2 is, I'm trying to get it. They're still busy with me. They don't give me the certificate. N3, they're not giving me the certificate. N2, and they know that N2 is the certificate whereby you can look for money. You see, and I'm 27 years old, and mother is going to die. They're busy with me. Because I'll be honest, I know assassination. They're busy with me as father died. And grandmother died. My father says so that I can be on welfare money. I cannot have a car like the resident. I don't even have a driver's license. And I don't have that too much information about driving. I'm not good with driving, but I know a little answer about driving. So the next thing with me, with money, cash. But I'm not a kid. I do hard. Just I was living with the pandemic, coronavirus, when the pocket money, the savings ran out. So they will buy me grocery. So that's why I demolished things. I ruined things. The windows ruptured things. I went to the hospital, admitted. They drained my blood, tested. Next thing was a brain disease, schizophrenia, because it was stress. You see. So the next thing, that's why now I'm on welfare money. You see, that's why I'm smart now. I can be able to upload. So they're against me with money because we all know corruption. We all know decadent. So it's all the matter of corruption to be rich. And I dance to the music. I know that in this world there is no money. But money is available, but there is no money. So I'm going to die. I'm working on the shadow of death. So I'll see what is happening. The money have to be reclaimed, the social. But what about me to be those luxury boys? to have sex, a girl to mingle, everything. You see, and now I think why they're not unlocking for me, they're waiting for me to grow. So that when I'm getting work, they want me to go and pay dowry for my girlfriend. I think that's what we call spiritual money. So I say that the spiritual money is hard cash. Because some girls, I can say this money for me to be a gentleman, a bow tie, to speak English, be smart. That is spiritual money. And when I mean flirtation, our relationship won't prosper. My flirtation won't prosper. It will be shallow because I don't have hard cash money coin. But you will love my personality. You will love who I am. That's what the spiritual money. They will love who I am. So I'm 27 years old. I'm a boy, but I was supposed to be at school having qualifications, and I'm left with mother only. And we all know about minerals only to be assassinated and be embedded on the soil, so that the place can be rich. I think I said it before. So, and I'd say that it's a stage to be like this, to be a teenager. I was supposed to be like this and be 50 years. I'll say that I made it a little in life. When I'm 50 years, I'm like this. I'm insecure about my future. Because those beautiful women I see, they won't date me. Like they can say that I'm a boy. It's not that I'm handsome and beautiful. I'm a boy and it's a stage to be like this. So I was supposed to be their peer 50 years, 40 years. Because we all know media, TV. We all know the beautiful ladies, the women, the fully developed, the beautiful, the makeup. Sometimes I want to have sex with them. Erection takes place when I'm watching them. But it doesn't mean that I meet their standards. It's because I'm a kid. It's a stage to be like this. Me, I crave them because of that stage. Me too, I was supposed to be at that stage like them. And it's money. Money will make me beautiful. I was supposed to be like this. And I'm having money. At least the welfare money at this stage, 50, but it's a turn off. At that stage is humiliation. I was supposed to be like this 70 years, 90 years old. And if mother dies, what's going to happen to me? You see, I'm insecure about the future. Because I told you, I say it's what? The spiritual money, there is hard cash money. The clothes is being compensated with hard cash. The bow tie is being compensated with hard cash to upload. So the next thing is all the matter of money. So now I'm at welfare money. My qualifications are not getting out. And for me to go to this college is because of my stepfather. He forced me to go to that college. And it's not that I'm criticizing the college, but I'm dancing to the music, my qualifications. You see, I don't have my qualifications N1, N2, but they were busy with it. I have to go to the college, work it out. But I cannot be stupid because I'm inside money. I'm inside cash. So now I'm having what? Security. You see? And maybe I'm still a kid. That's why maybe I have to work for myself, be just go back to college. You see? But if this stepfather forced me to go to that college, whereby I wanted to go to a public college, the next thing you never know, assassination, because we all know crime intelligence. You see? So the next thing, electrical engine, 3 months. You see, I'm not good. To be honest, I cannot study with 3 months. I cannot study because it's not just for the 3 months. The next thing I think is two months, or the next thing is exams, so heading to exams. And those books are four books, fully four. Mathematics again. So to be honest, I have to go to a college which is doing what? The whole year, annual. You see, those 3 months, to be honest, I can't do it. So I'm looking for money. Even grandfather just said the qualification in my father's side. My father said nothing, my mother said. No one helping with work in my mother's side. They're competing. My father's side is because it's hollow. So the next thing, there's no one in my father's side. So I was talking about money, about the right and the positive with money, my realm with money, spiritual money, and hard cash money. You see? So the next thing we all know, the girls, they will kill me and claim my territory. They'll trap me with a baby. The disadvantages of having money. That's why mother is not unlocking for me again. You see? But to be honest, why am I at with money right now? Why am I at with money? I'm on welfare. I'm 27 years old. This year, the year of 2026. I'm 27. I was born 1999. You see? So, but I'm hustling. And I finished school a decade ago. 10 years ago. So, and I just got a social grant now. You see how old I am? I was looking for cash. My father died. I thought that I was at oblivion. They were at oblivion with me. But we all know assassination. We all know corruption. And I have to be smart. And for me, the whole time I was studying those books, is because I love sex. I love sex. And I do things by law. I don't rape. I don't force any girl to sleep with me. She must be amused by me. And money will help me seduct her. So the next thing is fine if I'm not having sex. It's not fine, it's eating me. But I do things by law. I don't rape nothing. So the next thing, not having money will make me go into prostitute again. Next thing I'll be HIV and AIDS positive. Those are the disadvantages of not having money. You end up buying sex in the street. You end up buying sex. Just hear those kind of things. So that's KKT. That's the end of my speech. Thank you. That's all. Till we meet again. Thank you.